Hello and welcome to our presentation by American Queen Steamboat Company on behalf of VACAYA, your preferred travel provider. We are excited to be here today to tell you all about our cruise product as well as our special departure date on the American Duchess sailing on November 14th, 2021. My name is Barbara Davis and I'm the Director of Product Training for American Queen Steamboat Company, and it's my pleasure to be your host through our presentation today. So before we actually get started into the nuts and bolts of what makes American Queen Steamboat Company so special, I want to address the safety and wellness factor that I know most people are thinking about now that we're dealing with pandemic times. So what I want to convey to you before we get into the details today is that American Queen Steamboat Company has partnered with Ochsner Health to ensure that our set of protocols that we have implemented are strictly adhered to and are the highest guidelines in the industry to make sure that your wellness and safety is our #1 priority as you resume sailing with us next year. Now, in addition to a stringent set of protocols that we've placed together, not only will this affect us on our vessels, but also for our land excursions as well. So there's a ton of information on the screen for you where you can learn and read about. We're going to keep the social distancing in place, and our shore excursions will be operating at half capacity, and every other row of those seats will be occupied versus a full motor coach, because again, your wellness is most important. But we'll have pre-screening prior to the cruise. Every time you get on and off the vessel, we'll do a temperature check to make sure not only you, but our crew are well throughout the entire duration. And we also have EMTs on board our paddle wheelers. So that's just a quick glance into the health and wellness. But what I really want to do is talk to you about what makes American Queen Steamboat Company the premier cruise line sailing on US rivers. Now, our cruises are what we consider uniquely American. And what that means to us is that we are providing you with an authentic experience right here in the good old US of A. And we do that on our paddle wheelers that are US built, US flagged, and have an all-American crew. In fact, it's not uncommon for one of our guests on board to find out that maybe their room steward or their server in the dining room is from the same hometown that they are from. So there's a great sense of camaraderie on board. In addition to that, our crew are also full-time employees. So they're not just contracted and done in a couple of weeks. We invest in our crew heavily, and they are here to provide you with an amazing experience throughout the entire cruise. Now, we have 4 authentic paddle wheel boats as part of our fleet. Now, these are the types of boats that were not only designed to sail on US rivers, but it's what you expect to see. When you picture yourself on a US river cruise, you have this moment in your mind of thinking about Mark Twain's Mississippi and the old steamboat heyday of the late 1800s, that nostalgia and charm of a giant iconic paddle wheel. And that is absolutely what we have. Our paddle wheelers have fully functioning paddle wheels. They move, they churn, they give us additional propulsion up and down the river, and they work in tandem with either a modern Z-drive engine or, in the case of the American Queen, her authentic steam-powered engine as well. However, today's presentation, we are going to focus on the American Duchess because that is the particular paddle wheeler that VACAYA has gotten together for you on this very special departure date next fall. So let's talk a little bit about our traveler type and who we typically see on board our cruises, which traditionally has been somewhat of the baby boomer generation, but we are definitely seeing a younger demographic coming on board, as well as more active travelers. So what I'd like to convey to you is that we have a country club casual atmosphere. So there's no formal nights. We certainly want you to feel like you are at home. And this is all about traveling with like-minded travelers who really want to see more, do more, and experience their next great adventure, and do so right here in our own backyard. The other thing is that this is really about kind of having a greater understanding of the American history, where we're sailing through these destinations while we have a culturally immersive experience. Now, the other thing that I can talk about while we're here on this slide for our traveler type is, in addition to the country club casual dress code, we are also completely disabled friendly. So for any guest who may have mobility issues such as walkers or wheelchairs or scooters, we can 100% accommodate you not only on board our paddle wheeler, but we can also take care of you on our motor coaches, which operate all of our shore excursions. So we have staterooms with roll-in showers, grab bars on the wall, lifts into the motor coaches as well. So there's no aspect of our cruises that if you had a mobility issue, you wouldn't be able to experience. So we certainly welcome everyone on board. Now let's talk a little bit about what's included in your cruise fare. Our package itself starts with the cruise, but even before then, we're going to give you a pre-cruise hotel night. So that's the beginning of your vacation with us. And that will enable you to enjoy the destination before you set sail. So in this case, it'll be New Orleans, and you will have a pre-cruise hotel night included. And that also comes with breakfast the next morning, as well as the porterage of your luggage directly from your hotel room into your stateroom. And then we will take care of your transfer right from the hotel to the paddle wheeler for embarkation. Now, once you're on board, it's all of our regionally inspired fine dining. And I say regionally inspired because these cruises are all about providing you with an authentic experience. So when we're in the South doing this particular voyage, our menu will be influenced with some more Cajun and Creole items to really make you feel like you're fully into the destination. Now, the other thing is we have our formal dining room open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Again, I say formal dining loosely because there's no formal dress code. It's country club casual at most. But we have alternative dining restaurants, and there is no charge to eat at those alternative dining restaurants. Plus, we have 24-hour room service, again, all included as part of your cruise fare. The other thing is if you have a special dietary need, such as vegan, vegetarian, or gluten-free, we can accommodate all of that on board our vessels. So we make sure to take care of you across the board. Now, aside from food, let's talk about beverages, because we know beverages are important to enjoy while you're on vacation. So in addition to all of our soda, specialty coffee, and tea, we also include beer and wine with dinner. So there is a variety of pairings, whether it's wine. We also have a variety of beers that you can choose from, but all of that is included with your cruise fare at dinner time. Now, if you want an alcoholic beverage any other time of day, there is a charge for that. However, I've got a solution for you. So stay tuned for that information. Now, if you're a water drinker, rest assured we have installed hydration stations on board every deck of the American Duchess, and actually on all of our fleets across the board. So what we do is we provide you with this souvenir refillable metal bottle that you can use throughout the week to stay hydrated. And this is actually our way of being eco-friendly. It saves us over 400,000 plastic water bottles a year. So I love that part that we can actually be a little bit green here. Okay, what else is included with your cruise fare? We're talking about Broadway caliber entertainment every evening on board. So whether it's a large stage production or more of a piano bar or a cabaret style lounge act, that is something that we have on board all of our vessels. And this is an amazing component of our experience because not only will you be entertained in the evening, but throughout the cruise as well, because our entertainment program not only is just on stage performers, but it's our enrichment programs. So these enrichment programs encompass a variety of areas. So you may have a Mark Twain impersonator on board, a Civil War battlefield reenactor, a Native American elder reliving story about living on the reservation. So we're really providing you with an immersive experience. The other component of this is our River Lorian. That's a really interesting word, right? River Lorian. So that is our resident historian on the river. The River Lorian provides daily lectures about what's around every bend of the river, the navigation information, the history, the highlights, everything you want to know to really be immersed into this destination. And again, that's included as part of your entertainment in your cruise fare. Now, the other port of calls that is really important to you is our daily guided shore excursions. So this is something included every single day. No matter which port of call you're going to, we operate our own fleet of motor coaches. You can see that they're wrapped with the same look and feel as the boat. So they're very easy for you to spot around town. But we actually operate a hop on, hop off motor coach tour. So what happens is when we are in town, we will bring on a local expert tour guide, and they will provide you with the key area information from the comfort and convenience of your motor coach. So if you've done a European river cruise before or other international tours, you know, a lot of times you have to wear the headsets and you have to hustle to keep up with the tour guide that has that lollipop stand sign, right? That's not happening here. Comfort and convenience of your motor coach. And then we provide you with a map of our entire loop that we operate for the hop on hop off motor coach tour. So you can customize this vacation to exactly what it is you want to do. So here's an example of Natchez, Mississippi. You can see there are 10 different stops. You can get on the motor coach and ride the entire loop and decide where you want to get off the next time it goes around, or you can get off at every single stop. The choice is really up to you. And the great thing is that we include the majority of admission fees at all the attractions we stop at. So when you look at what's included on this map, 9 out of the 10 stops have admission fees included. So you're not nickel and dime to do activities. Again, daily activities are included in each port of call. Now, we know everybody wants to stay connected and post on social media what you're doing that day. So our complimentary Wi-Fi is always included in all of our voyages. The other thing is that if you have chosen a suite level of accommodations, we have an elevated level of hospitality that comes with it. There will be some welcome amenities, preferred dining times, reserved seating in the show lounge, and then we also have our river butler services in select categories. And that river butler can unpack, they can pack for you towards the end of the vacation, they can bring you pre and post dinner canapes, and then escort you to your reserved seating in the show lounge. So there is a variety of menus for those of you who enjoy this sweet life. Now, for recreation and wellness, all of our paddle wheelers, including the American Duchess, has a fleet of bicycles on board that you can check out for complimentary use in each port of call. In addition to the bicycles, we also have a fitness center on board the American Duchess. So if you're not being active enough during the day, you can certainly choose to go work out in the fitness center. Now, another thing that we do on board is we provide pilot house tours. So this is something that the big blue water cruise ships used to do, and that has kind of disappeared over the years. But we still believe in providing you with the most interactive experience possible. So we will have you come up to the pilot house. You can meet the captain, see all the navigation instrumentation, and really find out how we're able to navigate these waters on the mighty Mississippi. Now, there are a few vacation enhancements that I will call out to you because everything that I just talked about was included. So now let me share with you just a few things that you can add on to your vacation, and your VACAYA representative or your travel professional can certainly help you add these to your cruise reservation. So we have pre or post city stay packages. Now, specifically for the voyage that we're talking about today, which is on the American Duchess next November, we have this in the city of New Orleans. So pre or post. Now, the city stay package itself comes with 2 nights hotel accommodations. So we've beefed it up a little bit. It comes with the airport transfer. And now it includes a variety of activities and tours that only the guests who purchase a city stay package receive. So for example, you get a 3-day streetcar jazzy pass to get around town. You get the top attraction pass to the top 7 sites, including the World War II Museum. So there are plenty of things included, including a beignet and coffee, brunch at the Court of Two Sisters. So really great value for you to add on should you decide to do so later. The other thing is the unlimited beverage package. I did mention to you earlier that our dinner time service includes beer and wine, and it's unlimited at dinner time. However, if you want beverages any other time of day that are alcoholic in nature, you will need to pay for them. So I highly recommend that you take the unlimited beverage package, and it covers any beverage up to $12 in value. And trust me, folks, I've looked at the bar menu quite a bit. There's not much above $12 in value. Anyways, the other enhancements you can add on with your travel professional or VACAYA is our premium shore experiences. This is where you can really get an elevated level of experiences in the destination. So there could be particular specialty museums or battlefield tours. We have golf experiences, ATV rides. We also can get hands-on and learn how to make those delicious Southern buttery biscuits with our celebrity chef, Regina Chabonneau. So these are all tours that you can pre-purchase before you even leave on the cruise. And knowing that next year we'll be operating at limited capacity on our shore excursions, it's highly recommended you look at these with your travel professional in advance. Okay, let's look a little bit at the lower Mississippi, because this is where VACAYA has a very special group departure on for 2021. This lower Mississippi, we're traditionally in year round. However, this is a really unique destination to see all the Southern charm, the history, and really have that culturally immersive experience while understanding America's historical past and seeing it for what it is today. So, in this particular journey, you're going to start out in New Orleans. And there's so much more to New Orleans than just the French Quarter. So much history outside the city as well. And we have some amazing experiences you can do pre-cruise before you even embark. But once you take off from New Orleans, we're going to head up the river and head out to Natchez, Mississippi, which has some very historical mansions. There is a wonderful array of activities to do here, including the ATV rides. You can visit the cotton fields and learn all about the historical past that took place on these cotton plantations. So there's a wide variety of things to do in Natchez. But of course, the mansions are certainly impressive to go see in person. From there, we'll continue on to Vicksburg, which certainly is filled with all the historical influences of the Civil War, where you can take a tour of Vicksburg battlefield and see the markers where the North and the South met. It's really an impressive sight to see in person and walk kind of on those hallowed grounds as well. Then we also have the ports of the Mississippi Delta. So for those of you who are music lovers, whether it's jazz and blues to gospel, this is really where the hub of all of the heart of rhythm and blues takes place. So we will stop here as well. You'll even have an opportunity to visit an original juke joint. So there's some really cool things to do along the ports of the Mississippi Delta. Then we have Nottoway. Now, Nottoway is one of the largest mansions in the South, and we actually have exclusive docking rights here. We literally pull right up to the levee, drop the gangway down, and you walk over the levee towards the mansion. Now, there's a wonderful museum that you can view here inside the mansion. There's a lot of history, but this is just a very special place to come visit. And then there are also some additional tours you can take from this destination, like a bayou swamp tour if you want to see some alligators, or go visit Oak Alley. That's another plantation you can visit. So again, all of the historical experiences of the past brought to you from today. Now, let's take a look at the actual American Duchess, which is the vessel that VACAYA has for your very special vacation in November of 2021. The American Duchess is our most intimate boutique-sized vessel. She holds just over 160 guests on board. So she has kind of that floating boutique hotel feel to her. I always like to say from the outside, she looks like your traditional paddle wheel boat, but from the inside, she ain't your grandma's paddle wheeler, because she is totally unique and different in look and feel. And let me show her to you, starting with the grand lobby and bar. She is truly impressive. We built this area to have 32-foot high tall ceilings, gorgeous crystal chandeliers, glass Bologna art. So truly she is a modern marvel, as well as having that traditional feel of yesteryear. So let me just show you another angle of the grand lobby and bar. She's very impressive. Now, I love this area. Of course, you can enjoy your libations here too, but right behind that area is the entrance to the Lincoln Library. So this is on our mezzanine level. So during the day, we have activities and games in here. There's a bar here as well in the evening. And after our evening entertainment show, the performers come up here to the Lincoln Library for some more late night entertainment. Here's a look at the show lounge. So our show lounge is certainly intimate in feel, of course, because of the size of this paddle wheeler. However, you can see it has quite a big dance floor. Definitely have plenty of space for everyone to enjoy our shows. Now, if you are a person who has mobility issues, you'll notice in this slide particularly that there is a ramp that goes from the back of the theater towards the stage. So there's no stairs that you have to ascend. So that's great if you may have some challenges. Now let's take a look at the dining room. We know people love dining, and on the American Duchess, it's open seating. So this is a place where you can come in after 5:30, before the show starts around 8-ish, and then enjoy your evening dinner. Now, this is just one of these places that have menus influenced with the local flavors. You can see we have tables of a variety of seatings, all the way from 2 guests to 10 guests. So we can accommodate everyone, but we also have the River Club and Terrace. And this is our alternative dining restaurant. Again, there's no charge to eat at the alternative dining restaurant. And during the day, we have made to order stations. So in the morning, it could be an omelet station. At lunch, it could be a pasta station. We also have a grill to serve up some burgers if you wanted some more mainstream food. But this is the inside. Let me show you the outside now, the actual terrace area with some great seating areas and that gorgeous paddle wheel. So you can sit out there, watch the paddle wheel churn. When you get at the right time of day, the sun comes through the spray off the paddle wheel and you see a beautiful rainbow off the back. So I love getting photos with the rainbow off the wheel. It is some of the coolest days that you can have right there on board the paddle wheeler. Then we also have up on the top deck is our sun deck. We have a walking track up here as well as plenty of seating space for you and covered spaces as well. So if you want to watch the scenery sail by on that lower Mississippi, you can certainly do that from the sun deck. But now I want to show you some of the staterooms on board. Here's a glance into the owner's suite. This is a really beautiful accommodation that has a separate seating area from the sleeping area, and it has 1.5 bathrooms. So if you are entertaining other guests while you're on board, you have a separate bathroom from them from the one in your private bedroom area. Here's a look at that bedroom area as well, just so you can kind of get another idea of it. But my favorite category on board is our loft suite. This is amazing. And we only have 4 of these on board, so they have a tendency to go quick. So the loft suite is a very unique accommodation. This was made very popular on European river cruises, but we were the first ones to pioneer this here in the United States and the only one to have an upstairs, downstairs accommodation. This is a quad occupancy stateroom, and you can see there are stairs that lead to the upper level, but downstairs there's a full seating area, there's a couch that has a pull-out sofa, and then upstairs you have beautiful views because these windows extend all the way up to the top. And don't worry, those blinds are remote controlled and your butler will show you how to operate them. We also have the deluxe suite. So this is one of my other favorite style accommodations because it's more of a ranch style feel. Lots of open space and still has plenty of entertaining area in the living area before you get into the bedroom area. Now, here's a look at the veranda stateroom. So this is kind of your average cabin on board. And then we also have our inside stateroom. But I do want to show you our marble bathrooms. So our owner suites, loft suites, and deluxe suites all have these beautiful marble bathrooms on board. Okay, so what I'd like to do now is have you join us on November 14th through the 22nd of 2021 with VACAYA on our very special American Duchess departure that is sailing round trip out of New Orleans. So you have pre and post opportunities in the Big Easy, should you choose to do so. Fares are starting at $29.97, and all VACAYA guests will receive a $50 off per person savings when they pay in full by December 31st. So with that, I am going to wrap up our presentation today. I encourage you to reach out to VACAYA directly or to your preferred travel advisor. We look forward to welcoming you on board the American Duchess in November of 2021. Again, my name is Barbara Davis with American Queen Steamboat Company, and it was my pleasure to be your host today. See you on board. Take care. Bye-bye.